All right, we're going live here in 5, 4,
Four,
3,
three,
2,
two.
1.
Welcome. welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dr. Reese Live. This is episode, guess what? 26. Same day, same episode.
26?
Yeah, 26. 126.
126.
It's been a long day,
Like 26.
but we're here. We're here.
That's your
and
age.
happy. Yeah, how you remember it. That's cool. Well, as you know, I'm your host, Coach Sean. Alongside with me is the wonderful Coach Karen in the members room and the equally as wonderful Coach Tamra in the socials. Thank you for coming and helping us out today, you guys. And of course, we got Levi always helping us out, our tech whiz. And last but not least, the head to toe healer, Dr. Reese himself. How are you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm just happy that the book is submitted.
Really?
And so, yeah, we're on our way.
We're on our way.
So it's looking December 17. Still got to do the audio version. That's the hardest part. So I think that we could be in the booth recording that by this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you're not playing.
So let's get this thing done.
And this is the book that is king of them all, right? It's supposed to be the first.
I think so. Because it's more of a topic that every adult human being can relate to, whereas the other ones are like, head to toe healing. It's like, well, what's that? But this is like medical monopoly. Oh, so you're gonna tell me about my doctor and okay. So this is like I say in the book, it's a big bucket of cold water. So it's meant to wake people up.
Yeah, you're looking to target cold people.
Cold people. I want I even say in the book towards the end, like if you want to do a good service, take the book that you just read and go give it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even keep it. Just give it to someone that needs it, Think of it like a pamphlet,
Yeah. I feel like that's the only way.
Yeah, I mean, for our members in on Zoom, if you have a friend or family member that you want to wake up, this is it. You give them this book, and you say, "Read that." That's what it's designed to do, is to like really shock people. It's going to shock people. Now, our members might be shocked once or twice, but you 75% of the info you probably already know. But it's
Stocking stuffer.
yeah. I didn't write it for the members. I wrote it for the random person who's jumping from specialist to specialist to specialist, and they're lost.
Yeah.
They're just lost. They don't know what to do, and then this is just like you're in prison, and this is why, and I'm going to show you why. And then, of course, what's the solution? The solution is to understand this head to toe healing thing, and that leads to the trilogy books. Yeah. So it's kind of backwards,
The last book comes first.
Yeah, basically. So it's like Peace Over Pain would come after Medical Monopoly.
So this is a good segue into our topic, which is mainly about overdiagnosis, which is something the medical monopoly is notorious for.
Yep.
You get in the door, it's over.
Yeah.
They test so much, and the tests are there to overdiagnose, and so.
And there's a whole chapter on it
Yeah.
in the new book, and I go really deep into it, especially with sea monster.
Mm-hmm.
I go deep into sea monster of thyroid, sea monster of a whole bunch of things. That just threw me off. What is that?
I don't know.
There's something on the screen that we're not used to. Somebody's
going on?
sharing their screen.
You can say stop.
Huh.
Never seen that before.
Thank you, Tim.
So, sea monster of thyroid, sea monster of colon, breast, prostate. These are all things that get overdiagnosed a lot.
What do you mean by overdiagnosed? Like,
Well, the medical monopoly views sea monster as sea monster. They don't understand that there's different types.
really?
It's like, not every basketball player can dunk, right? It's almost like they're just trained to see it and march you off to treatment. But if they changed the name of it, it wouldn't be so scary. But we're already conditioned to be scared of sea monster, which is why I call it sea monster. And so,
Is it the same case with dementias? Like how there's multiple dementias, but people only know dementia?
no, it's just with sea monster, they have stages. So stage 1,
Oh,
stage
okay,
2,
okay.
stage 3, stage 4. And, they scare you that stage 4 is the bad, right? But who's to say that you wouldn't get sea monster and it would stay in stage 1 for the rest of your life?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, not all sea monsters grow, but you're conditioned to think that they grow.
Yeah. Like it's like an alien in your body that's just,
It's gonna spread,
yeah.
right? That's the myth. It's gonna spread, and so I need the medical monopoly to test me so we can catch it early. And then the medical monopoly promotes that as prevention, but it's not prevention; it's detection. It's different.
Mm.
And so it gets overdiagnosed a lot. And if you look at the statistics, it's very revealing. I'll give you an example. Colonoscopies only became popular in the 1990s. But if you look at the statistics, sea monster of the colon went up after the 90s. Why would it go up?
More people.
More people are getting tested.
Yeah.
So let's make it make sense. Are you really catching something early?
Or was it there all along?
Or was it there all along? And it's okay.
Because the body is dealing with it. And
Yeah, right. It's just like when you get a cold, right? You don't freak out when you get a cold, right? You're like, oh, okay, it'll be gone in 3-4 days. I'll drink some my ginger tea, get some rest.
Yeah.
Let's go higher up in the GI tract, the stomach, right? Right here, the bag underneath the esophagus, the stomach. There are not a lot of sea monster cases for the stomach. Go figure. They don't check. They don't check.
Really?
They don't check unless you have symptoms, and then they'll check. So there's a correlation between testing and diagnosis. Testing and diagnosis. If there's no testing, there's no diagnosis. This is very controversial. Shouldn't even be talking about it. Thyroid's another example. In my research, 20 to 30% of human beings are walking around with nodules on their thyroid. No symptoms. But if they find it, off you go. You get marched off to slaughter. So you got people walking around missing a thyroid that don't need to be missing a thyroid. You got women walking around with a breast chopped off that don't need a breast chopped off. Because the mammogram said that you had something. And there's false positives all the time. All the time. If women continue to get mammograms, you will get a positive. You're going to get a positive. It's the way the system is set up.
Is there like a rating off the top of your head, like for some of the tests that they do, like how, not how successful, but how accurate they can be? It's like a percentage, like a 80%, 70%.
I don't know what the percentage is, but there's no way to really look at it because it's an overdiagnosis scheme. So there's not enough context. But people that don't understand that are going to get roped into it because there's no context.
Yeah.
Just like the studies and the trials.
Yeah.
Same thing. There's no context. You know, like one day a study comes out and tells you that coffee is horrible for you, and 6 months later a study comes out and says coffee is good for you.
Yeah. No.
So now the public gets confused. It's the same thing with diagnosing.
That's true.
There's not enough context, but because it's a monopoly and it's your only choice, you listen. And you get marched to slaughter. Gallbladder is another one. Gallbladder is very overdiagnosed. This just happened to me, man. Just last week. I'm telling you, this is crazy. My neighbor, the chances of her watching this is very slim, so my neighbor rang my doorbell 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, hey, this is obviously not a normal thing. She's like, look, I'm supposed to go in for gallbladder surgery, and my son's supposed to bring me, but he hasn't answered his phone. Maybe he overslept. Can you bring me? Are you available? I'm in a jam here.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know? You're asking. Okay. So I'm like, may I ask, are you in pain? She's like, no, they just found a bunch of stones. And I'm like, see, this is the perfect example of a overdiagnosis.
What the
So
heck?
you have stones. Okay. So?
Everyone has stones.
I bet you if we ran a scan on everyone here, you'd find some stones. So what?
Jeez.
But they'll scare you into the surgery.
Wow. No.
I
pain.
did offer to bring her, and her son ended up saving the day. But what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You just gotta let things like that go. But it was a good example of someone who was getting overdiagnosed, and now this poor woman who's in her mid-50s is gonna walk around without a gallbladder. And I guarantee you the medical monopoly doesn't tell her that she needs to be on enzymes and ox bile for the rest of her life, because now she's handicapped. If you're missing an organ or a gland, you're handicapped. You might as well put a handicap sticker right on your car. You're handicapped. So, they do this all the time. Sea monster of the lungs. Now, sea monster of the lungs is the deadliest sea monster there is. It has the highest rate of death is the lungs. And one of the reasons is because the surgery is gruesome. So most people don't make it out of the surgery. But, you know, a lot of people get nodules in the lungs, you know. But if they're being rushed off to surgery and they don't really need surgery, the rates are going to be high. The spine is another one. You know, if you get your spine scanned, they're going to find something. I mean, the thing is holding you up, you know. You're going to find something. Degenerative discs, maybe some bulging discs, maybe a little stenosis. They're going to find something, and they're going to move you in the direction of a surgery or a drug or an injection. Same with your joints. They'll find cartilage going, things like this. But it's in your best interest to go by the symptoms. And that's why in our head to toe analysis, we go by symptoms. And we give our people a symptom score. Like, these are your symptoms. All right, you have 29 symptoms.
Yeah. Most people are like, do I need this, that, and the other, the third? It's like the body's already telling you what was wrong. It's been telling you for years.
The symptoms are just telling you, like, they're just screaming at you. Like a little kid saying, "Mommy, mommy, 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 help, help." That's all it is. So head to toe healing takes care of all of that. Now, that's not to say that if you have a lump or a growth on your skin and it's growing and you literally see it growing, you know, that might be a little different. Or if you're coughing up blood,
Yeah.
those are symptoms.
Yeah.
But you see, they've convinced society to go get tested with no symptoms. You know? And people are going and they're getting tested for no symptoms. And they're getting scammed. And it's not the doctor's fault. That's just what they're trained to do.
Yeah.
And so some of them know that they're overdiagnosing. Now, keep in mind, they have to legally, or they'll get hit with a lawsuit. You know, if a doctor finds something in you, they have to quote unquote treat you. It's the law. So it's on the person to decline, but then it's on the doctor to convince the person not to decline.
Yeah.
So now you're in a battle of persuasion, you know. But then what I'm saying is, why'd you go in the first place? That's why this new book is going to be so controversial. I mean, it's stupid controversial.
You better
We got the army. We got our little army.
strap up a little
But
bit.
it's like, you know, nobody's really talking about this, you know. And I think that it's gonna hit people hard when they read this book or listen to this book.
I hope it does.
But there is an overdiagnosis problem, and the overdiagnosis leads to overtreatment. You know, more people are dying from the treatment of the sea monster and not the sea monster itself.
Yeah. I heard this quote one time, well, some post. He was saying that if the treatment for the sea monster was so healthy, then why can't you give it to a healthy person to make them healthier?
Right.
If it's obvious because it's destroying you.
Right. Right. Well, it's just like, I mean, in the book, I share a bunch of stories. Like, the guy who, he had a tumor in his gut, and they had it tested, and it was sea monster. And he refused the chemotherapy. He refused the radiation. But he said, okay, you can take it out. So during the time of the diagnosis and the surgery, he changed his life. He changed his diet, took bad foods out, put good foods in, did supplements, got rid of chemicals, got rid of his plastics. He just changed his whole environment. They open him up, there's no tumor. He got opened up for no reason. You can't make this stuff up. And what the medical monopoly does is they actually created a new term because so many people have gotten diagnosed with sea monster and it goes away. And so they call it spontaneous remission. That's what they call it. Spontaneous remission. They created a whole new category. Well, what else are they going to put? They can't put miracle. They can't put healing. They can't put head to toe healing. What are they going to put? Spontaneous remission. That's what they put down.
Wow.
And I shared this story at the last seminar. Last year, we have an annual seminar for those that don't know. And, there was this guy who came in with lung issues. And he was a smoker, so he was concerned. And so they scanned his lungs. But when you scan your lungs, you're getting the whole body. Guess what? His lungs were okay at the moment, but he had a tumor on his kidney. So naturally, they're like, all right, we got to take it out, this, that, and the other. He declined. He said, I'm in my 60s. I smoked my whole life. I screwed up. I'm not getting any surgery. I'm just going down with the ship. Of course, he was a man.
Yeah.
Only men go down with the ship, okay? So, stubborn, right? He lived another 10 years. He passed away from pneumonia. His doctor was so curious, he had the tumor taken out, got permission from the family, had the tumor tested. Guess what? It had sea monster.
Really?
The man lived with a tumor, positively diagnosed as sea monster for 10 years, and died from pneumonia. Now, what if he never got that scan? What if he never got that scan? He would never know that he even had the tumor. He would have lived with the tumor. And for all you know, he had it for 30 years. You don't know. We could all have a tumor right now. We could all have gallstones right now. Our spine could be all cracked up. You don't know unless you go get scanned. But this is technology. It doesn't, just because something's pretty cool doesn't mean it's good for you. Right?
Yeah.
Look at water. You remember when bottled water came out? I'm old enough to remember, but you're not old enough to remember when bottled water came out. It was a big deal. We're like, wow, there's water in a bottle now.
It's recent.
That's probably like the 90s, maybe the 1990s. We used to drink out of a hose. I had Poland Spring at my house. All the kids were like, he's got Poland Spring. It was like a big deal. My point is, it was pretty cool that all of a sudden water's in a bottle. But you're getting plastic. You're getting plastic into your system. So every new technology that's pretty cool doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
The radiation from the phones are cool. Look at all the awesome stuff we do with this. You don't want to sit there all day like this, right?
Yeah.
So, it's the same thing with all this technology that the medical monopoly has. It's great for athletes. If you're a professional athlete and you're putting your body on the line every day to make millions of dollars, yeah, okay. You get a scan, they fix you up in surgery, and off you go back onto the field. So it's good for that business. But the regular people in society, the more you get tested, the more you're going to get diagnosed. And the more you get diagnosed, the more you're going to have treatment. And the more you have treatment, the more you're going to get stuck. And the whole idea is to not get stuck. Because they can't save you unless it's a real deal emergency situation. A wound, a broken bone, a heart attack, a stroke. But if you're just dealing with chronic, nagging, long-lasting symptoms, you got to save yourself. You have to save yourself, and that's what our membership is all about. It's about us teaching people how to save themselves. We don't save you. I don't do anything. Just give you the information so that you can save yourself.
I think that's what it's all about. Really quick, I wanted to go over to Karen and see what was going on in the members' room, or if she had anything to add.
Oh, she's
to the
got
topic.
something to add. I already
Look at
know.
her face.
The medical system, those of us that have tapped into your head to toe healing process, they miss us. My insurance company and medical system misses me so much. They send me a stool test. They want to look at my poop every year. And so they're sending me a
Wait,
stool.
hold on. Girls poop?
No, we don't.
No, that's a rumor.
It is real. Oh, they're kidding. They miss us. And so if you don't show up in the office, they send you tests in the mail. It's just crazy. So I just toss it out because, like you were saying, if they test, then they find things and I feel good. Why would I want to do the test?
Right.
Well, and then back to your comment about mammograms and testing for that. The thing about it is a lot of times when women are going through hormonal issues too, cysts are showing up or they have density in their breasts. They're constantly changing depending on what time of life you're experiencing, what season of life you're experiencing. And so those false positives happen constantly. And then they scare people into getting a biopsy. But then if they poke the cyst, wouldn't that spread whatever was there around?
Yes. Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah. And so if you leave it, it probably is more protected because it's in that little circle.
Right.
Yeah. It's just crazy. But there were a lot of people that were commenting in our members room. Mila Gross was saying the book is just in time for the holidays. She's happy about that.
Yeah.
And Michelle was saying, aren't all sea monsters the same or how are they different?
Some don't grow. They're not progressive. Most of them don't grow. It's just a mutation of your cells. And your body will clean it up. Especially if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
If you're eating the poor for foods, then you're heading in the wrong direction, and maybe it gets worse. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do the way we teach it, the body should clean it up, just like a cold.
And then Cassie was saying, just say no to the mammograms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nancy said, I've declined at least 3 times so far. I just keep saying no.
Yeah.
Good for you, honestly.
But the next step would be to not even go. That's the level that I'm taking it to. And that's one of the reasons why this book is going to be so controversial. Like, this guy is crazy. He's saying don't go.
Yeah, that'll
Don't go.
that'll stir some things up.
Yeah.
So Alexandria, she's in Germany. She says hello. And she says, have you ever had a healing of sleep apnea? You said that it's mostly postural or soft tissue. I am working on that already. Sleep apnea is so bad. I can't sleep with that CPAP machine, and I wake up with headaches and brain fog. Any thoughts on that?
Just keep doing what you're doing, and it'll go away.
Nancy was saying, back on the mammogram topic, she said, I recently canceled my yearly mammogram appointment, and they just keep calling me relentlessly to reschedule. There's nothing wrong, but they just keep pushing for another appointment.
Yep.
And then one of our members, Donna, she's asking, so if you don't have a gallbladder, do you need enzymes and bile in a
Yes.
supplement?
Yep. For the rest of your life, before every meal.
And we have a rescue course for that, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but it's for if you want to save your gallbladder.
Oh.
But yeah, it still would provide valuable information, though.
Yeah, actually, I was talking to someone this week. He has had 2 instances where he's gone into the medical system because he was having he didn't know at first it was gallstones. But the first time he went in there, and then they were trying to get it to settle down, he went home, he got it under control, and then a few months later it happened again. He went to the hospital, got on some pain medication, and he's like, they keep pushing me for the surgery, but I don't want to do the surgery. I want to turn this around myself. So he reached out to us this week and is considering doing our program.
Good.
Priscilla's asking, what if someone had a spleen removed? What can they expect down the road?
Man. I mean, they're handicapped. So they can expect handicap situations.
Mila Gross was saying this situation, as far as her neighbor believing in the medical system, she refuses to she refuses to believe anything except for the medical system. Today's her birthday. She's had 1 breast removed and is being told she may lose the other. I plan to buy the book for her. I know she'll get upset with me presenting it, but it's such a delicate place. I just don't want to frustrate her.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough because you don't want to come off like I told you so, or you should have listened.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that, right? So you just have to come. You have to come at it like they're victims. They're victims.
I had a similar experience with that when I started health coaching, and I was trying to help one of my mom's. It was a close friend of my mom that I grew up with, and she quite literally did not want any part of it because I guess she just felt like I was a child. She sees me as a child or something like that, and didn't want to share like medical information or even really take my advice too serious because of that.
Right.
So I feel like I always bring it up that Clark
Kent syndrome.
Clark Kent syndrome. It's where, you never believe that the closest person, someone you grew up with, could ever save your life.
Right.
It's sad.
Yeah. Because they already have a preconceived judgment of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I hope, Milagros, you're doing what you can, but just please don't go crazy over it because it could start influencing your health, You trying to help people that don't want to help themselves can very much drag you down as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's sad. It's sad. You want to help everybody. Everybody, I know we all want to be happy and healthy, but the sad reality is we can't take everyone with us. We just have to take the ones that listen and keep moving forward because there's people all over the world that we want to help. And we don't have time. Anything else, Karen?
Actually, that's a good segue. You were saying we want to help so many people around the world. And we've had so many calls this month with people all around the world that, Dr. Reese, I had a question for you because a lot of people have asked me this. Right now, our membership is only $55 a month, which is a steal of a deal for what people get. It's just amazing how much you have jammed in that membership for people. Would you consider extending that? Because I know that you want to raise the price to an annual membership for $950 a month, or not a month, $950 for a whole year to get people commit. But would you consider, since Christmas is right around the corner, would you consider extending it?
Here it comes.
One more month for $55 a month. I know it's a tough ask, but would you do it?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Wow.
It is December. You start fresh on the 1st of January, I guess. But I do feel that annual is going to be better long term because people need to commit. It's not about the money, it's about the commitment.
Yeah.
And when people see how we do it in our analysis, when you get your symptom score, the whole idea is to make your symptom score go down. So how long does that take? Well, we got the 120 program that jumpstarts you. So you might go from a 30 to a 15 in 4 months, which is great. Your life has changed.
It's insane. Yeah.
But you might need more time.
Yeah.
So that's why a 1 year is ideal. But we'll do 55 a month for people over the next, about 30 days. And we'll get them into the membership. Of course, they have to get their analysis first. But, yeah. But not only that, but I have some big announcements. Not tonight, but, some big announcements for the membership. It is going to be bigger and better in 2025. You'll see.
Yeah, stay tuned.
You'll see.
Stay tuned. Wow, that was not expected. But I quickly wanted to add that a big misconception, and it's solely due to the medical monopoly, is that you get on a protocol, you get on a supplement, some type of healing treatment, and you go up from there. It's supposed to be, I have the disease. Okay, no more symptoms of that disease. And so everybody thinks healing is an upward incline. It's just straight up. It's like no issues. But as you know, people in the membership, you alone, me, all of the coaches know that it's never a direct it's always peaks and valleys.
Right.
We say healing is a verb. It's something you're doing because your body is constantly detoxing.
Mm-hmm.
Random symptoms will come out of nowhere. You'll be feeling good for like 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden you're in pain.
Yep.
Like, where is this pain coming from? I thought I was doing good.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
regressing. It's like, no, it's part of the dance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my old professor used to say. It's part of the dance. And so that's the main reason why Dr. Reese wants to do the annual, because you have to commit. Like, if you spent all of these years, and of course you didn't know, but you spent all of these years damaging your body, 30, 40, 50 years damaging your body, give your body grace that it can give you some type of resolution in 4 months. But really, you need to give it a couple of years to get back on track. And this is not just to get on, I'm just going to get on this protocol and then go back to the lifestyle I was living. If that lifestyle brought you here, then why would you go back? So all we're trying to do is teach you how, first, get you in a good place and teach you how to understand your body and heal yourself. At the end of the day, that's all we're doing. We're just a couple of people doing hundreds doing the work of hundreds. And so the best thing you could do to help us, if you want to support us, is just to share and spread the message. We want to help each and every one of you. We just can't reach everybody.
Mm.
So if you guys can help us, that would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. And we thank you for all the members that are joining us today.
I need to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of people in the live that aren't members and they need to know where to go. So if you go to drkevinreese.com, that's your first place to start to get information about what we do and how we help people reverse conditions and get head to toe healing. So go to drkevinreese.com, bookmark that site, get great information, and then once you feel like you want to take it to the next step, there'll be links there to connect with us in our team so we can help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we just redid the website, and it is packed. It's packed with information. You could spend hours on there.
Yeah. It's not the same website. It is.
The best part is the testimonials.
Yeah.
You go to drkevinreese.com, click healing results, and you'll see we're building case studies.
Yeah. Multiple testimonials
Yeah.
in one portfolio, which
Yeah.
is really cool. So you can see how they continue to progress,
Yep.
even after they get rid of their main symptoms.
Yep.
So I think it's amazing.
We have some more questions in our Zoom room if we have time.
Absolutely.
And we just, real quick, we just added one. We just met with Lisa the other day.
Yeah.
Where she had plantar fasciitis gone, costochondritis gone,
Yeah.
numbness in her feet is going away. It's a verb. Healing's a verb.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. There's
She lost like 20 pounds too or something too.
a lot of gut issues as well.
Yeah, yeah. So it just keeps going.
So Dusty in our Zoom room is asking, Dusty says, I'm doing the posture alignment, but my problem is bending forward. I can't bend forward and tie my shoes or anything like that nature. Standing, walking, being upright, I can do, but bending forward, I just can't. What can I do about this? Sitting also causes a lot for him.
Oh, Dusty, I mean, the more you do it, you'll be touching the floor before you know it.
Yeah.
You just got to keep doing it, keep going. You know, when you can't bend forward, you just bend as far as you can. Once you feel the tension and the pain, you just back off a little and you just stay in that position. Eventually, the body will just open up. And you can just talk to Coach Sue about that on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in class.
Yeah. You may need to do it more throughout the week, other than the 3 days that they have the live classes. But we actually had a testimonial about that. Somebody didn't even notice that they could finally tie their shoes, but they just noticed it one day, dropped down and tied the shoes, and realized that they actually could do that.
It was Angelo.
And so that was just a side effect. That wasn't even anything he was really focused on. So it just takes time and consistency. That's the only thing that's, I guess, hard about this membership is just patience. You got to give your body grace. Anything else, Karen?
Yeah, Michelle was saying, Dr. Reese, are you saying to stop paying for health insurance? What if something happened and the bill was huge?
The bill is only huge because they price gouge. If you didn't have health insurance, they would give you the real price. And then you could pay monthly, which is probably less than your monthly premium anyway. Not to mention, by law, you can buy catastrophe insurance anytime you want. Or after the catastrophe. You can.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, if you're filthy rich, then I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, keep your insurance, you know. But if you're, you know, on a budget or we're gonna add that into the membership on what to do about health insurance, and it's also mentioned in the new book coming out too.
It's got everything.
Yeah. But you got to understand, some people aren't going to want to do it because you're contributing to the system if you have health insurance. So some people don't want to, you know, some people want to fight back by not contributing.
It's scary, you know.
Yeah, because you've been programmed to have health insurance. It's scary not to, you know. And here's another little trick. It's just a little trick. You got car insurance, right? Guess what? If you go into your car insurance and you jack up all the liabilities, it'll cover your medical in the event something happens in the car. It's just these little things. You pay extra $30-$40 to be covered, you know? A lot of people don't get full coverage. They're trying to save money. No, if any insurance should be high, it's your car insurance.
Driving a metal.
And life insurance, but that's a different meaning.
Oh yeah.
High premiums.
Interesting.
Denise was adding here, chemotherapy was always taught to me that they are chemicals. They kill the bad cells, but they also kill the good cells.
That's right. That's right. If you do chemo or radiation, you're basically you're killing innocent bystanders. It's like dropping a bomb on a. It's like there was a really bad event in history called Hiroshima. Anyone ever hear of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that.
One of our members, Agnes, is saying, my son who's healthy eats well. He's away at school, but not always able to cook his own meals. He's been getting occasional heart palpitations after rigorous sports and lifting. He didn't take the jab and has been healthy all his life. Do you have any suggestions on what to do? Thank you.
Postural alignment therapy. You know, head to toe healing is the answer to everything.
Donna has a comment to share. She says, thank you, everyone here, for all the help.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Are we ever going to go to Tamara?
Yeah, I was thinking about
Yeah,
it.
no, I think we should. If the comments are just continuing, we need to go to Tamara for sure.
How you doing, Tamara?
There's a lot of people in
doing-
the Zoom room tonight. Go ahead.
There's a lot of questions tonight. I'm trying to keep up. Sometimes with the IG will freeze and then the questions get deleted and I can't get them back, so I'm writing them down. There's quite a bit.
Jeez.
So it seems like there's a lot of new people joining us, which is great.
Well, you're just you're popular, Tamara. You know, everyone wants to talk to you.
Yeah, that's it. Something that just came up right now. What's the new book called?
It's called
You have a-
Medical Monopoly: The Evil Empire That You've Been Tricked to Trust.
Wow.
December 17th.
December 17th.
And it's red.
It's red.
And it's got snakes on it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so some of the questions coming in from social media. Can you reverse arthritis? And if so, how?
We get rid of arthritis all the time. Head to toe healing, it just goes away.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, quick question: are you considering doing the book on pre-order, the Medical Monopoly book?
No, it'll just come out December 17th.
Okay. Sorry about that, Tamara.
No, don't worry. I just have a comment from Noreen. She says, "I love you all." Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you too.
Sue wants to know how to fix AFib.
Head to toe healing. It's a compressed nerve.
Phyllis is asking a question about what do you suggest to do for sciatica?
Head to toe healing. We get rid of it all the time. Next.
Okay. Okay, so someone's commenting here in the UK, they say we have loads of different types of dementia, like 124 types. I guess it's a comment. I've never believed it. Thoughts on that?
No, I mean, there's really only 5 types of dementia. Right? There's Lewy body, there's Alzheimer's, there's FTD, there's vascular, and there's mixed. See, the 5th one is mixed. So that's where people get mixed. They get mixed with mixed.
They probably want 124 types of different medications. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard it before. It's just, no, there's 5 categories.
And Maureen wants to know, what do you suggest to lower blood pressure?
Head to toe healing.
Insert that.
Yeah, I mean, go look at our testimonies. You'll see blood pressure.
I've got a comment from Lisa. I guess this is an earlier question when you were talking about the gallbladder, but her daughter is 24 and having the gallbladder removed tomorrow.
Jeez.
So what about that?
24.
Oh, there was a comment with someone that was confused with your earlier sea monster, and they're saying, well, what are you talking about? Cancer spreads. As far as, I guess, not going to the doctor.
Well, that's somebody that's not going to be reading my book.
Yeah.
Right. Someone wants you to talk a little bit about uterine fibroids. What causes that?
Well, I mean, it could be hormonal. It could be soft tissue deficiencies. It could be lymphatic system clogging. So head to toe healing should put you in the right direction.
Let's see here. Someone's asking, what do you recommend for neck modules?
Head to toe healing.
Okay. Someone's commenting they have had MS for 24 years. No DMT for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy wants to know what you can do for diverticulitis.
Head to toe healing.
Same.
It's in between the head and the toe.
So nutrition, postural therapy, mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pauline wants to know recommendations for synovial cyst and spine near L4 and L5.
Yeah, it sounds like another head to toe healing.
And let's see. Oh, Maria has a question. What diseases do people get the most diagnosis of? She thinks it's diabetes. Now she says it seems almost now everyone is pre-diabetic. Is the diabetes the top disease?
I don't know if it's the absolute top, but it's definitely up there for sure. High blood pressure, of course.
I feel like it has root in all of the top 10 killing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sugar floating through your blood is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know how to get rid of brain fog and tiredness.
I would go with head to toe healing. A big dose.
Head to toe
Okay.
healing 500.
Oh, Eliza wants to know if hydrogen water bottles are good for bodies to increase H2O and get antioxidants.
Yeah, I mean, we have an associate that's very big on that, and he swears by it. And we'll probably have some more information on that. So
Absolutely.
Oh, there's a comment. Someone said, look at women that die every year from not having mammograms. But what you're saying is very dangerous.
there it is.
Here it is.
Quack alert.
Whittier,
Quack alert.
yeah. Whittier Patriot wants to know, does your book address panic attacks?
No.
Any of your books address panic attacks?
Well, yeah, Reverse the Cause has a whole section on anxiety.
Mm.
Okay. How can I become a member?
Oh, well, you got to get on the phone with us. Go to drkevinreese.com and make an appointment.
And someone saying, hi, Dr. Tease, can you send me a link to getting audio?
Dr. Tease? Really?
It could be a typo.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
What was the question?
Can you send me a link to getting the audio? Is there an audio link for your books?
Oh. Yeah, also available on drkevinreese.com.
And diabetes is coming up about type 2, and people are curious if that's something that you've seen reversed.
Yes, all the time.
Okay. Do you know can you explain what costochondritis is?
It's kind of like arthritis of the ribs. It's not exactly that, but that's the best way to describe it.
Terrible.
Very painful.
There's a member in the social media commenting, why is it that doctors keep pushing estrogen replacement therapy?
HRT? Well, that's also in the book. That's a big revenue stream.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Linda wants to know, what are their charges after you're in the $55 membership?
Oh, you just pay for your supplements and any equipment you might need.
I have a question about, what did you eat today? Eating is hard.
No.
What did I eat today?
Yeah.
I had 6 eggs with okra. And then this afternoon I had a big old apple. Big fluffy apple. New England apple. And then for dinner I had 2 meat patties with a slice of cheese.
No ice cream cone?
No ice cream cone.
What do you do for migraines? I have them now since I had a stroke.
Head to toe healing.
And let's see. Can cervical stenosis, spondylitis, bone spur, etc. be reversed? Also, enthesopathy? I don't even know what that is. Enthesopathy?
If it's between the head and the toe, yes.
Maureen's commenting that she's spreading the message. Martine, thank you for extending the deal. I'm ready to enroll.
Come on in. drkevinreese.com.
We're right here.
He says the new site, drkevinreese.com, is great. Everything's all in the same place.
Thank
Fantastic information.
Shout out to
Debbie-
Levi. He worked real hard
Yep,
on it.
shout out to the Wiz.
Debbie Powers, thank you for
thank you.
all that you do. Same page, helping others 8 years in.
Thank you.
Jeffrey, my advice to people like myself, if you can't start the head to toe analysis, at least buy Dr. Reese's books.
There you go.
Absolutely. That's perfect.
Yep.
I do want to
That's
say that we have hit 701. But for the questions of people that are inquiring about, hey, what about this disease? What about that disease? The answer is, what is head to toe healing for 500? It really is. It's that simple. It's so simple. It's stupid.
It's so simple. It's stupid.
But really, all of these issues, a disease, a symptom, is still a full body problem.
If you're not born with it, it's not yours.
Exactly. So mainly just start the journey. Get the books. Get on a call with a coach. Go to the website, drkevinreese.com.
We all got to get used to saying it.
Changed
Nobody's
too many times.
nobody's used to saying Kevin Reese.
Yeah.
Everyone's used to saying Dr. Reese. So it'll take a few weeks.
We'll get it.
But get it.
Yeah, it starts with yourself. Like he says it in his books. He said it before. Nobody's going to save you. So ultimately, it's time to make that jump.
The last chapter of the new book has a Q&A, 30 questions.
Ooh.
So I think that'll be helpful as well. There's screenshots in there too, guys. So if anyone has ever left me a comment, positive or negative, it may be in the book.
That's me.
Because we wanted to show proof of how wild this little ride is. So
Yeah, it's turning into something amazing, and it's thanks to all of our members that are with us right now and everybody supporting us. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode.
December 17th, the book is coming.
December 17th.
And then June 7th is going to be the annual seminar, but I'm just going to plant that seed right there.
Boop.
Wait, when is it?
June 7th.
Boop.
Everyone needs to get ready to come to Connecticut.
Save the date.
I only come out to play once a year.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Peace.
No fried turkey.
Yeah, don't fry that turkey.